Friday night, everybody. Keith Whitman here in Big Sandy, and I got my old buddy back with me. And Christian Blevins to my right is here, and he is pulling double duty tonight. He's going to be on the camera, but right now we're going to go down to the field for our national anthem. And we'll be right back.
Please bow your heads for the prayer. Dear Lord, we thank you for the gift of this day and the chance to play the game we love. We ask you to protect every player on this field, both our team and our opponents. Keep us safe from injury. Help us play with strength, discipline, and respect. Bless our coaches, our families, and our fans who support us. Remind us that win or lose, our character and teamwork are what matter most. Give us courage when the game gets tough, humility in victory, and grace in defeat. Let everything we do bring honor to you. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Please remain standing for the national anthem. Tonight the flag will be hosted by FFA members James Conifat, Soraya Varkasia, and Skylar Sumner.
And we are back here in Big Sandy for tonight's game between the Big Sandy Wildcats and the Hawks of the visiting Hawkins ISD, Hawkins High School. And I got Christian Blevins with me. He's on the camera as well, and he's going to help me call out some things. And we're going to try to do this with our normal camera guy. We usually have a camera guy with us, and tonight we're just going to be kind of pulling double duty. Captains going to the field. Eli Smith and number 63, Joel Victorio. I believe number 5 is out there too. Is it Brody Warren? And I couldn't see the other one. Those are for the Hawks of Hawkins. Those are the captains. And Cameron Powell, Jamie Parker, Skylar Hamburg, Aiden Hodge, and Dylan Gallagher, Landon Hartman. I believe those are all the seniors that are out there. They're the captains for, Brennan Ferentz. Sorry about that. They're going to be out there as captains. The toss was made. And it looks like Hawkins is going to receive. And that's what we have on the plate for tonight. Christian, talk to me a little bit. Christian's going to talk to us every once in a while. While he's on the camera, he's right next to me. We're going to camera it up here in the press box at Big Sandy. What's going on, Christian?
Man, nothing much. Just glad to be back. I was afraid that I was going to be a little rusty coming in.
Yeah, Christian had been with us all season long. He's normally my guy with me every week. He was last season almost, and last couple of seasons, and this is the first season, he's kind of been doing other things in life, and tonight he's stepping up and helping out in a big way for us on NETSN. Big weekend here in high school football. Christian can kind of talk about it. We'll talk about it throughout the game, but here we are with 2 weeks left in the season. A lot of playoff implications on the line for a lot of teams, and we'll go into depth on that throughout the night. But here we are about ready to kick off, and that's going to be Jeff Valdez is going to be there for the Wildcats. Eli Snyder back deep, and I believe that's going to be also number 2, Trevin Tanner back deep for the Hawks. So we're about ready to get things swinging in action, and there's Valdez with the kick. Snyder on the catch, and here we go. And we're off here in Big Sandy. Snyder around the outside, gets about midfield and just past. And that's where the Hawks are going to get it at about the 49-yard line. First down and 10. Big Sandy's had a rough season this season there. 0-9 or 0-8, I believe, on the season. And not having the best of seasons so far. Very young team. They have the talent. They have the potential. I've actually enjoyed watching them this season, but unfortunately, they're just the wins just have not been on their side, and just struggling. In district, the Hawks are 1-4. We'll talk a little bit more about that. Over the head. Yeah, thank you, Brody Warren. I believe went back and got it. Excuse me, Eli Smith, over the head of Eli Smith. And so they're going to lose a lot of yardage there for the Hawks. Backs them up quite a bit of ways for 2nd down and long. 21 yards to go. Snyder in the backfield. Twins to his left.
He has the tight end in the backfield with him.
Yeah, Snyder trying to figure out what play to play here. He finally gets it. It's going to be a fake handoff. It's going to go out to Tanner. Tanner hits in the backfield. Nowhere to go. I think it's going to be another couple of yards lost.
That was a great tackle.
And a good job by the defense. I believe that was number 11, Kamarian Williams, on the stop as he just bolts across the line of scrimmage. And they're going to give him forward progress to the line of scrimmage, so 3rd down and 21, a big defensive stop. And a big stop needs to happen here for the Wildcats. Eli back, Smith makes the throw, has a wide open receiver, and it is incomplete as Eli Snyder is not able to rein that one in. It was right there. It was a little bit behind him there, Christian. He couldn't pull it in. And that'll bring up 4th down.
And this Hawkins team has a lot of speed. I mean, when you take a look at their receivers, they got a lot of really, really good skilled guys.
And, yeah, and it just unfortunately just wasn't able to make it. So the punt team comes out, and Evan Jitchang is going to be stepping out onto the field at around the 25-yard line. That's where he'll be waiting the punt from, I believe, number 3, Eli Snyder. That's going to be number 8, Braden Givens. There's the punt. It's going to land at about the 20 or 29, and Jitchang is going to let it go down. It's going to hit about the 11-yard line, and that's where the Wildcats will take it. A good defensive stand there for the Wildcats, and that's what they want to see here in this starting of the ball game as their season slowly comes to an end. Unfortunately, they played really hard this season, but they can still cause some problems for Hawkins, as Hawkins is looking to get that 4th seed in their district to make it to the playoffs. 1st down and 10. And I believe Brandon Jitchang is going to be the starting quarterback for the Wildcats.
That's false start.
False start's going to be the call. And, yeah, that's what it's going to be. It's going to back up the Wildcats. And I couldn't see who that was. Aiden, or one of the wide receivers.
It was pretty much the entire offensive line.
Was it? You have a better angle because you're actually looking through a big screen.
I mean, I'm also standing up, too.
Yeah, you're standing up and you're looking through a big screen. I'm trying to produce and do all that at the same time. We're all kind of double dealing here. So now it's 1st down and 15. Ball spotted. And it's going to be at the 6-yard line, I believe. Good pass to the outside. And he's going to be
Incomplete.
hit before he gets there.
Pass interference.
And the intended receiver was Quentin Strain. Excuse me. And the flag was thrown. It was a pass interference against Hawkins. That's going to be 15 yards and an automatic first down. I didn't see the flag get thrown. Usually they throw it, but he just kind of dropped it.
Yeah. Well, that's what they do these days. They just drop it, especially if it's right
Come
there.
on now, you gotta just rear back and throw.
Yeah, Bill Belichick spike it.
Now I'm wondering. Excuse me. Now, Christian, you weren't with me last week. We were in Wascom.
Wow.
For the Big Sandy game in Wascom, and we've had some weird refereeing this year. We had some weird things going on. They had a face mask penalty, and they only marked off 10 yards last week. It was weird.
Yeah, that is weird.
I don't know how it's going this year, but they're struggling to find referees. But here we go, first down and 10, and a little bit of a trickery going, as that's going to be Kamarian Williams is going to take the snap right out from the backfield. Good play, little award-winning performances back there by Brandon Jitjang and the team, because it threw me for a loop for a minute. I thought the snap was over the head, but a good job by Kamarian Williams as he kind of snatched that one out of thin air and gained a first down for the Wildcats. First and 10, Brandon in the backfield. Gonna fake. He's gonna actually hand off to number 25, Evan Jitjang.
There's a flag.
Flag in.
I think this might be offsides. Did number 10 jump?
He gets a little bit antsy. I saw him earlier. He kind of gets a little jumpy there on the defensive end, close side here. See what referee says. It's going to be a face mask against Hawkins. And Hawkins is giving the Big Sandy Wildcats extra yardage every chance they can get.
And the one thing that people have to understand, if Hawkins does not win this game, that messes up their playoff chances.
Yeah, that's what we were talking about earlier. A big opportunity for Big Sandy to kind of throw a loop for this district here in East Texas.
They're in Wildcat.
Yep, Wildcat formation. That's going to be Williams again, and a flag comes flying in, I believe. I thought I saw one, but there's one on the sidelines. I think it's going to be a late hit. But Kamarian Williams gets a good run out of that Wildcat formation. Whatever it is, it's a first down if it's on Hawkins. Personal foul on Hawkins. And it's going to be after the play because he was well out of bounds. So it's going to be another 15 yards tacked on the end of the play. So not only did he get a 13-yard run, he gets an extra 15 yards tacked on. And Hawkins just is kind of shooting themselves in the foot here early in the ballgame with just 9:03 left in the first quarter.
And women, they can't afford that. I mean, I'm telling you, with the playoff, implications, I don't think you can afford to keep shooting yourself in the foot like this.
First down and 10, ball on the 16-yard line. Jitjang brothers in the backfield. Handoff to Evan. Evan to the left-hand side, trying to find an opening. It kind of cuts around the corner and spins, dives around for about an 8-yard run. And a good job. It'll be second down. Puts him at the 10-yard line. So it'll be second down and around 3, maybe 4.
The one thing that we talked about, a couple of minutes ago, the weird officiating, and I've heard all about it, and, the referees, it's something that they have to do better on.
So we have second down, 4 to go. There's the snap. Evan Jitjang to the left-hand side, and a big stop as he is pulled down. And that's going to be a tandem bring down by Braden Givens and Springer Crouch of Hawkins. Both of them were in on the stop in the backfield. It's going to be a loss of around 3. And that'll bring a third down. that's not the direction the Wildcats want to go, and they can't always guarantee on a penalty here. They've got to let their offense move, so that offensive line needs to continue to do the pushing here on a third down and deep in Hawkins territory.
But I think the approach here, I like what they're doing. They're running the ball. They're establishing themselves up front.
There goes a Wildcat formation up the middle, I believe. Actually, that was Williams up the middle with a first down. And it's going to be now 1st and goal from the 5-yard line. And a good run by Williams. They got that Wildcat working out here. And I wonder, Christian, and this is just kind of a hypothetical, just a rhetorical thought, but I wonder if they're going to try to let him throw later on out of that formation when they're being so successful on the run.
Well, out of that formation, out of a Wildcat, you can do it one or two ways. I mean, you can do it to the outside, or you can, have a lineman or a tight end go up the middle.
Yep. So you have Brandon Jitjang at quarterback, Evan Jitjang to his left. He's going to hand off to Evan. Evan to the right-hand side,
Touchdown.
Puts his shoulder down. Touchdown, Wildcats. Great run, great offensive series by the Wildcats. And that puts them up 6-0 here with 6:51 left in the first quarter. And a very decisive drive as the swinging gate out there by the Wildcats.
Oh, this should be interesting.
Well, they're going to bring it back. They always do. Oh, no.
And no, they didn't bring it back.
And they try to fake. That was weird. But the point after attempt is no good. So the score here in Big Sandy with 6:50 left in the first quarter is Big Sandy 6, Hawkins 0. We'll be right back. You're watching Friday Night Football on NETSN.
Your vehicle is one of the biggest investments you'll make, and at Fairway Ford, we're committed to keeping you on the road. Our service technicians are experts in all aspects of every vehicle we put our customers in. And with our mobile service, you can stay safely where you are. Our team comes to you to fix whatever issue you're having. Learn more and book your next appointment at fairwayfordhenderson.net.
Back here in Big Sandy with their first opening offensive series, getting in there for a touchdown, unable to cap it off with the point after attempt, but a good job to get in there, especially after the fact that a lot of their games this season they did not get on the board. So a good job getting there early as Valdez setting up for the kickoff. And a couple of Hawkins players. That's going to be Snyder. He's going to get it. He kind of tried to fumble a little bit, and he gets taken down at the 21-yard line by Evan Jitjang. Evan takes him, kind of grabs on, and just does not let go on this Halloween night here in East Texas. It is senior night here in Big Sandy, and a beautiful weathery night, cool out there. No wind really to show for anything. There's nothing on the flag out there. It is just sitting nice and calm.
Not yet, at least.
Yeah, well, don't be jinxing me now. Sorry about that, guys. It's going to be second down now after that. About a 2-yard gain. And here, this is an early game. Usually Big Sandy starts about 7 o'clock. A lot of other games are going to start here shortly in about 15 minutes. We're going to try to keep you up with the scores around East Texas as the night goes on. And that's going to be Smith trying to roll to the outside, finds a receiver in the midfield. And I believe that's Braden Givens, if I can catch him. Does get a first down and a lot more. Gets into Big Sandy territory, and he gets finally brought down at about the 46-yard line.
And that's one of their best guys.
Is that Givens or is that Smith? That's number
that
9.
Might be
that's
Smith.
Riggins Smith.
Yeah.
And they're going to go no huddle, trips to the left as Eli Smith is going to be in the backfield. Going to take a 3-step drop, trying to find a receiver, throws to the right-hand side. And it's going to be a little bit of a struggle. It's going to be out of play, and the flag is thrown.
Oh, wow.
It looked like an uncatchable catch, but Braden Givens was the intended receiver, and that was Givens. This time we do have a man down. And so we're going to hold off on that. And so we'll be right back. And we're going to hopefully things are okay, but we'll be right back here on NETSN. Don't go anywhere.
We would like to thank Christine Vasquez, CPA, PLLC, the official accountant of NETSN.
Have you sustained a bone, joint, work, or sports injury? Problems with mobility or movement? Suffer with pain? Contact Azalea Orthopedics. Our specialists serve patients across East Texas. For proven, trusted medical care, you have a choice. Demand Azalea.
The Friday night lights are shining, and we are teaching driving. CDL Training Academy is your resource to a better career. Come and get trained and get tested right here in Henderson, Texas. CDL Training Academy. Visit our Henderson, Texas office or online at cdllearn.com.
All right, we are back here in Big Sandy, and that was one of the players for Hawkins. That was Cayman Branham, one of the linemen, and he is getting off the field on his own. He's limping a little bit, and the penalty was marked off. It was a pass interference penalty. From what we could tell, it looked like it was out of play, but you know, it was Christian. It was kind of far away. I could not quite tell. The referees have a little bit better spot for us than they do. So here we go. We're about to start again. And that's going to be Eli Smith. Handoff up the middle, and no. Gets a couple of yards, but not before big old number 65, Preston Perez. Oh, no, that was 55. Excuse me. That was Brendan Ferentz with the stop.
This is a great defensive stop. And you got to fill in those gaps, you know, when they're running the football. And Hawkins, they can run the ball. You know, it's not just Big Sandy. Hawkins has a really, really good run game.
And Smith in the backfield, looking with twins on both sides, directing his players a little bit different. 3-step drop, looking to the right-hand side, flushes out to the right of the pocket, gets past the line of scrimmage. He's hit, he breaks the tackle, and he's out of bounds, pushed out of bounds, actually, but not before a Hawkins first down. Good run, good eye by Smith to stay on his feet and not force a throw. All of his receivers were pretty much covered up, and he had really nothing and nowhere to go. It looks like they're going to say he stepped out of bounds back at the 25-yard line.
So it's 3rd and 5.
So it's 3rd and 5 now, or yeah, about around 3rd and 5 instead of a first down. Smith in the backfield. He's going to pull it, throw, has a receiver in the middle on the seam route, touchdown, Hawkins.
A little RPO action.
Yeah, that was Eli Snyder. That was a good little slant play. And that's going to be a touchdown for Hawkins. Their extra point team is coming up. And that was just a blown coverage on your defender. He went the wrong direction and had to recover and just couldn't recover fast enough. Point after attempt by Regan Smith. There's the snap. Kick is up. And the kick is no good. So we are tied after both teams get a touchdown. So it is 6-6. 4:35 left, left in the first quarter here in Big Sandy on Halloween night on Friday Night Football. We'll be right back. You're watching NETSN.
Struggling with mobility, chronic pain, work, or sports injury? At Azalea Orthopedics, our team of highly trained physicians specialize in complete orthopedic care, pain management, sports medicine, physical medicine, and rehabilitation. If you've sustained a bone or joint injury, have mobility or movement problems, struggle with pain, contact Azalea Orthopedics. We're conveniently located across East Texas, serving 18 counties. When visiting your doctor, urgent care, or hospital, you have a choice. Demand Azalea. At Azalea Orthopedics, your
Back here at Big Sandy. We want to thank you for watching. Go ahead and like and subscribe while you're watching, and also chat with us. Let us know where you're watching. Where you're watching from, who you're rooting for. We'd love to hear from you, and we're happy that you are watching tonight. We know you could be out trick or treating, but you're joining Friday Night Football with us, and we appreciate you for doing that. I'm actually missing trick-or-treating with my son tonight, but I know he's out there having a blast with his mom. Here's the kick by Riggins. Smith. It's going to be bounced into the hands of, I believe that's Jitjang, Evan Jitjang, and he finds a little bit of room, and it's closed up quickly. A good job by, that's going to be number 5, Brody Warren, and number 15, or 16, Chris Payne, I believe. No, 14, I apologize. Kenneth Singleton. Both of them kind of closed that hole up quickly. There was a flag on the play holding against the Wildcats, so it'll back them up. So
oh, my goodness.
A good run for Evan Jitjang just was kind of brought back. You know, Evan Jitjang's a pole vaulter, Christian. I was talking to his dad earlier, and he's a pretty good pole vaulter here for Big Sandy. So that's going to back him up to around the 22-yard line, and 1st and 10. A lot of must-win games tonight. Of course, this one for Hawkins is a pretty big must-win for them. Chapel Hill playing Henderson tonight. That's a must-win for Chapel Hill if they want to make the playoffs. There's a handoff up the middle. Actually, that's a keeper by Brandon Jitjang. And the Jitjang brothers are just making a run here tonight as he gets past midfield. And they're going to mark it at about the 49-yard line of the Hawks. And a 1st down for the Wildcats.
Jitjang made a really, really good read on that play. You know, you have to read your defensive ends. You have to read your outside linebackers on a read option.
And he does a pretty good job. I've watched him over the last couple of weeks, and he does that fairly well.
And, you know, a lot of teams are getting good at it. I mean, you know, take a look at some of the 5A teams. You know, that's starting to become a thing again.
And Brandon Jitjang in the backfield. No step drop, but he has an open receiver, and that's Evan Jitjang, his brother. And he gets down to the 26-yard line. Actually, they're going to mark him at the 27-yard line. And he kind of aired it out, but there was nobody around Evan. Evan had to come back for it, but he does, and does a good job of making that catch. 3:59 left in the first quarter, and the Wildcats are marching down the field. 1st down and 10 at the 27-yard line.
They're going to have to throw the ball.
Handoff. And I believe that's Evan Jitjang again. He just finds the opening hole. He's coming to the outside into the end zone and knocks the referee down. Touchdown, Wildcats.
What a run.
But the ref gets back up and immediately does the touchdown call. And a great job by Evan Jitjang to get out there, kind of pushes and guides his lineman to where he needs to go. But a good run.
That was a beautiful play.
So a 27-yard touchdown run for Evan Jitjang. And now the point after attempt. They're not going to try a swing engage this time, Christian. They're going to go straight to the point after attempt. There's a snap. It's down. There's the kick. And it's good. So just like that, 13-6 is your score. We are still in the first quarter here in Big Sandy. We'll be right back. You're watching Friday Night Football on NETSN. Don't go anywhere.
Your vehicle is one of the biggest investments you'll make, and at Fairway Ford, we're committed to keeping you on the road. Our service technicians are experts in all aspects of every vehicle we put our customers in. And with our mobile service, you can stay safely where you are. Our team comes to you to fix whatever issue you're having. Learn more and book your next appointment at fairwayfordhenderson.net.
And we are back here, and we got the camera in the booth with us, and the crowd is shaking the stands, and the stands are shaking the camera a little bit. We're trying to keep it steady for you, but we appreciate your understanding. Y'all are awesome. As always, our fans and crowds and viewers are always the best, and we appreciate every single one of you. Eli Snyder's going to get that. He's going to go opposite field like he did last time, and he's going to find openings. Going to get to the 40, to the 45, where he'll go out of bounds.
He walked his way to the outside, basically.
Yeah, and he did that at the opening kickoff. He got past midfield where he caught it on the far end and on the far left field, and then he ran all the way to the far right. They're going to mark him at the 42-yard line, looks like. Trying to see what they're having a conversation about. Now they're coming out. So the Hawks will have it first down and 10. And no, they're going to put it at the 52-yard line. I don't know if there was a penalty or not. I didn't see one, but we're going to see. Anyway, whatever happened, they got it first and 10. And Eli Smith is going to be in the backfield. Man in motion, little swing out to Tanner. Tanner finds an opening, gets past midfield a little bit more. It takes about 3 Wildcats to bring him down.
Oh, man, they could have ran a trick play. Number 11 just ran all the way downfield.
Bentley Hodge was in there on the tackle along with a couple other Wildcats. Here in week 10 of high school football in East Texas, second down. Around 5 to go. Snyder in the backfield. Eli Smith in the backfield. Trevin Tanner to his left. Spread offense. And Tanner is going to take it up the middle. Tries to get away, but when you've got the hands of Landon Hartman wrapped around you like a bear hug, you're really not going to go anywhere. Only gain of a couple. I do have a score update already. Lufkin is over Beaumont United right now, 7-0. That's a first quarter score. That's the only one I got for you right now. I'm going to try to keep up as best I can for everybody today. There's the snap. Throw to the outside, and they're going to get him.
Great play.
A good defensive play. Forward progress is going to get him about a yard shy of the line to gain, but they kept him, and I believe that's going to be Riggin Smith. They're going to go for it, obviously.
You have to.
Go for it down and good. Let me tell you something. That number 77, Julian Griffin, is a large human being.
They're going to.
And they're just,
they're almost like in push mode.
Him. Oh,
and he fumbled the ball.
And they fumble the ball. They try to do a little bit, and he throws it backwards.
That's not it.
And I'm not sure he was trying to go for.
They got back on the ball.
And the Wildcats get it. That was number 52, Landon Hartman. And a great defensive play Not a very heads-up play by Hawkins to throw that back. I couldn't find out who threw it, but yeah, great defensive play. It was a fumble on the snap, and unfortunately for the Hawkins Hawks, that just did not turn out well for them.
Man, and yeah, you would have thought he would have got the first down, but
well, I mean, it was a good strategy. Just it was the snap just didn't come through. So now it's first down and 10 at the 40-yard line for the Wildcats. Man in motion, and it's going to be a handoff. That's going to be to Williams, I believe, and he actually doesn't. He gains about a couple.
He's still going.
And he always does. He's not really going to stop much. He's going to gain maybe a yard on the play. And Kamari Williams is a tough kid to stop, especially when he's already in motion and got that speed up to par. So it'll be second down on that forward progress. I figured that got him a couple yards. Forward progress got him 2, so it's going to be second down and 8 from the 30. Looks like the 38-yard line. Handoff to Evan Jitjang. He is hit. And
the ball
is loose and it's picked up. That's going to be Anthony Howard. Anthony Howard has nothing but green grass in front. He's at the 20. He's 10, 5, end zone. No laundry on the field. Touchdown, Hawkins.
Wow.
And they just made up for the fumbled snap earlier. And they're back in the game. Wow. And that was a big stick on Evan Jitjang, and that just coughed up the ball.
I mean, if we replayed it, I mean, it was a massive hit.
Yeah, it was big. And a great job by Anthony Howard to just be aware and pick up that ball and just take it all the way. So they're going to go for 2 here, and I believe they're going to take a timeout. So timeout is going to be taken by, I guess, they're going to take it by Big Sandy. I'm not quite sure, but we're going to take a break with them. We'll be right back. You're watching NETSN.
This is where legends rise and moments are made.
They're still on his feet. Come on, let's go, still on his feet.
From the buzzer beaters to the game winners, we bring you the action. Raw, real, relentless. We cover every angle, every story. From the streets to the stadiums,
He's going all the way.
your favorite athletes, your teams,
Ford breaks the tackle. Oh my God.
your passion, all in one place. New games, live shows.
Here he goes. He's got some blockers.
This is the future of sports media.
There he goes. Pick up into the secondary.
This isn't just a network. This is a movement.
Ooh, oh, he ran over the defender.
Welcome to NETSN.
And the 2-point conversion, sorry about that, they came up pretty fast. So I tried to get it out. I wasn't quite paying attention. I apologize. The 2-point conversion is good for the Hawks of Hawkins. And they're going to go up by 1. And that's going to be an unfortunate event for Big Sandy, as they are playing pretty well this game, to have that happen for them. We're going to look at some scores around the area as some games are going on. Canton is leading Quinlan Ford 7-0. Wills Point trailing 7-0 to Sunnyvale right now. I believe we have Chapel Hill over Henderson right now 7-0. White Oak is beating Tatum right now 3-0.
And what's crazy is that Chapel Hill, after scoring, they just got the ball back on a kickoff.
All right. Westwood is trailing Fairfield 7-6 right now. As we await the kickoff. We had some games last night in the area. I'll give you some finals on those. Here's the kickoff. And that's going to be a little pooch kick over, and that's going to be taken down. Some finals last night. Looks like Cayuga beat Kearns 38-7. Grapeland beat Tenaha 53-18. Mount Enterprise beat Overton 60-42. That was a big game. Another score tonight and another NETSN game, I believe, is Carlisle is leading Mildred right now 7-0. That's a big game. First down and 10 for the Wildcats. Jit-Jang trying to get some things going on. That's going to be a penalty flag. I was wondering when that was going to be called. And that should have stopped it already.
Before the snap.
Yeah.
You had about like 4 players move.
Riggin Smith was in on the stop. That should have been stopped well before.
And the head coach of Hawkins, I mean, he almost broke his headset.
Yeah, Coach Cowley was trying to get their attention. I mean, and really and honestly, the referee was standing right there. It should have been called, but he didn't call it. Frankston is leading Crossroads right now 19-0.
That's a big game.
Paul Pewitt is leading Alba Golden 16-6 right now. And Wascom is leading Elysian Fields 14-0 right now.
And that's a big
and that's
game
a big
right
one.
there.
Harleton is beating Orr City 16-0 right now. These are games for this district that are important. And we'll keep an eye on those as well. First down and 15. A big throw to Williams, and it is broken up by Eli Snyder.
I don't know how you have to pick the ball off right there if you're the defender.
Snyder had a clean break on it. He could have. I don't know how he didn't just pick that one off. I guess he just didn't realize. I think he was looking for the defender.
I think so too.
So we're looking at now a second down and 15 for the Wildcats. Another opportunity here. And going to be handoff to Evans.
Great
He
tackle.
is taken down in the backfield.
Man.
And I believe that's going to be number 6, Springer Crouch. He has been a thorn in the side of these running backs in the backfield all night long. Third down. Loss of about 4 on the play. It's going to be third down and 19 now for the Wildcats. And I believe a timeout is going to be called. No, that's going to be the end of the first quarter. End of the quarter, we're going to flip sides. And I want to see if I can update some things real quick. It is such a big weekend. I want to make sure that we are up to date. We're going to take a little bit of a break. We'll be right back. You're watching Friday Night Football on NETSN.
The Friday night lights are shining, and we are teaching driving. CDL Training Academy is your resource to a better career. Come and get trained and get tested right here in Henderson, Texas. CDL Training Academy. Visit our Henderson, Texas office or online at cdllearn.com.
Struggling with mobility, chronic pain, work, or sports injury? At Azalea Orthopedics, our team of highly trained physicians specialize in complete orthopedic care, pain management, sports medicine, physical medicine, and rehabilitation. If you've sustained a bone or joint injury, have mobility or movement problems, struggle with pain, contact Azalea Orthopedics. We're conveniently located across East Texas, serving 18 counties. When visiting your doctor, urgent care, or hospital, you have a choice.
And we are back in Big Sandy. We have now flipped sides of the field, about to start the second quarter. Excuse me, I am so sorry. I should have done that during break. All right, third down and long, 19 yards to go. Brandon Jitjang in the backfield. See, 3 steps drops, looks to the right, trying to find an open receiver, unable to do so. And Skylar Hamburg was the intended receiver over his head, and that'll bring up the punt unit for the Wildcats. And Wildcats unable to do anything with that offensive series. First offensive series of the game where they haven't been able to produce.
And now they have to punt. And if you're Hawkins, this is a time to take advantage of this. Unless Big Sandy does something sneaky on here.
Yeah, you gotta take advantage of these. You gotta be able to maneuver and move and get things going. Here's the punt team. There's the snap, a little low to the outside. Good catch and a good high kick. And that's going to be by Braden Gibbons trying to get back, but really just not going anywhere. He's latched onto.
It was great. It was great pursuit by Big Sandy's punt team.
Yeah.
And that's the kind of special teams that you need. You have to have great pursuit. Because otherwise, you're just going to get a 60, 75-yard punt return for a touchdown.
And he just couldn't go anywhere. I actually think that was Eli Snyder, their return man. And he's a very good return man, but just you can't beat 7 people hanging on you at one time. So it's going to be first down and 10 from the 45-yard line. And Hawkins, with their first lead of the ball game, trying to expand on it a little bit. Trips to the right, man in motion. They'll throw a little outside again. That's going to be to Tanner. Tanner trying to find the outside, and he gets tripped up. Kind of yanked out of bounds. Not much he could do there.
That might be offsides.
Skylar Hamburg holding on to him and actually kind of saved him a little bit because Tanner was flying into some water bottles if he wasn't held on to. That's going to be
illegal shift.
An illegal shift, which I didn't really see an illegal shift.
I don't think I would have called that illegal shift.
I didn't see that. They've done that 3 times the same exact way, and they've never called it before, but I didn't see anything going. But
they're going to spot out the 40.
Yeah, no huddle here. Second down, 15 yards to go for the Hawks. There it is again, little swing out, fakes the throw. Here's a throw long, has a wide open receiver in Gibbons, and it's a catch.
Wow.
At the 20-yard line, and he is doubled up. Number 12, Easton Richardson, and number 7, Bentley Clark. We're covering Braden Gibbons, and Gibbons just makes the catch. Good pass by Eli Smith. And no huddle again. It's a hurry up back to the line of scrimmage for the Hawks. Trips to the right, single receiver to the left, handoff. No, fakes the handoff. Smith gets tackled in the backfield, and that's going to be, should be, because it was not back to the line of scrimmage.
That's intentional grounding.
Yeah, that's going to be intentional grounding. Yeah, even though you're still in the pocket, you have to get it back to the line of scrimmage. Or you're outside the pocket, excuse me. You've got to get it back to the line of scrimmage. Am I correct on that?
Right.
That's what I thought.
And then the other thing is there has to be a receiver.
Right.
Linebacker, tight end, or, running back. Excuse me, not linebacker, but some of these guys, they do play defense, so.
It's intentional grounding. So it's a loss of down and the penalty.
Tell you, these fans are excited about that one.
So that'll bring up second down. It'll be at the spot of the foul. So it's a loss of about 6 on the play, 7 on the play, looks like. And it'll bring up second down and 17 for the Hawks. And the play clock is going. It's at about 5 seconds now. And they're going to have to call. I was wondering if the coach is going to call a timeout, and he sure did. They kind of.
And the coach is telling the quarterback, you gotta settle down.
Yeah.
You're calling too much stuff. And even with the adjustments, you really don't need that many adjustments, especially when you're trying to throw the football.
Yeah, you got to make sure you don't overextend yourself or overmove, your head there, because you can get yourself right out of something. We got some scores. Let's see if I can find something here. Groveton leading Hearn 7-0. Maud leading Cumbie 16-8. Let's see. Lovelady is leading Cushing at 14-0. Trying to find something more locally here. I know there's a Brook Hill game going on tonight, but we're going to go back down to this one. So now it's going to be 2nd down and long. And a handoff. That's going to be to Riggin Smith. He's going to try to find a hole, but a good job by the Wildcats to get good pursuit on the back end and cut him back in, and only gain of about maybe 3 on the play. It'll be 3rd down and long for the Hawks. So 3rd down. Eli Smith in the backfield. He's going to take a 2-step, 3-step drop, try to find deep fade to the end of the end zone, and that's going to be a penalty every single time. I don't care who you are, and I've said it every single week. That's Jackson Brown for the Wildcats. And Christian, do you want to tell me why that's going to be a penalty every single time?
Because the corner did not turn his head around.
Christian knows, because that's a pet peeve of mine. Huge pet peeve of mine.
Turn your head around.
And I do, and I know people that are listening that have listened to me before. They're like, he says it every week. But nobody listens to me.
I mean, you have a better chance of picking the ball up when you turn your head around.
And I don't care if it hits you square in the back or the foot.
Right.
If you do not turn around, a referee is going to call that penalty every single time, because you are technically not making a play on the ball, and therefore you are interfering
with a player.
With the player. 1st down and goal from the 10-yard line for the Hawks. That is one thing. I know my son I will drill that in his head if he ever plays football. That's going to be a toss, and they're going to do a little trickery, but he's hit and throws off and into the
touchdown.
End zone. Touchdown as Eli Snyder gets
a little Philly special.
Yeah, a little throwback pass to Eli Smith, the quarterback, who makes the touchdown. And so the simplest move to turn your head and look back has cost a touchdown for the other team. And unfortunately, that's just one of the things that happens. And, you look at Jackson Brown, who was defending. He's a freshman. And it's just one of those situations where you learn and you grow. It's going to be 2-point conversion now. I'm going to throw it in the middle of everybody, and a 2-point conversion is good as Riggin Smith. And a great throw. I'm sorry, that's a fantastic throw by Eli Smith as he just forced that right in. And just like that, 22-13 is your score. 10:15 left in the first half. We'll be right back. You're watching NETSN.
Struggling with mobility, chronic pain, work, or sports injury? At Azalea Orthopedics, our team of highly trained physicians specialize in complete orthopedic care, pain management, sports medicine, physical medicine, and rehabilitation. If you've sustained a bone or joint injury, have mobility or movement problems, struggle with pain, contact Azalea Orthopedics. We're conveniently located across East Texas, serving 18 counties. When visiting your doctor, urgent care, or hospital, you have a choice. Demand Azalea. At Azalea Orthopedics, your health is our priority.
Back here in Big Sandy. 22-13 is your score. Hawkins is leading. Don't forget to stick around for the halftime show as the bands will be coming onto the field to entertain you. And I want to give a shout out for Christian for doing double duty tonight and talking in between, trying to do the camera for us. Again, we always usually have a camera guy, but tonight, through some unfortunate circumstances, our camera guy wasn't able to make it, so we're kind of having the camera inside the booth with us and trying to get things going that way. A little pooch kick is going to be a fair caught by Williams. And
going to be fair call by Valdez.
No, Valdez. Excuse me. I said the wrong number. Thanks to the announcer guy. He's right next to us over here. I can listen to him, and he tells me when I mess up kind of in a nonchalant way. So it's going to be first down and 10 at the 35. And the Wildcats are going to need to start stepping it up like they did in the very beginning. Under center this time. And that's going to be Evan Jitjang. He finds a hole to the right side of the line and gets right almost to the line to gain, about a yard short, and a great play by the Wildcats.
You know, it's funny. You don't see a lot of teams run stretch or, get under get under center.
And I've seen a lot more this year, and it's the lower A teams. It's your 2A, your 3A teams that do it. And it's actually kind of nice. I've actually seen a couple of teams in T formation this year. Now, you don't see that very much because that's what I did in high school. Brandon Jitjang in the backfield, his brother to his right. Handoff to Evan, and he is toppled over. And that's going to be number 52, Bryson France.
Nice way of flowing to the football. And that's something that Hawkins has, figured out over the past couple of games. That's something that they've, gotten better at. But this is playoff implications, Whitman. And this is something that, not a lot of teams want to face, but it happens.
3rd and 7, trips to the left. Brandon Jitjang, low snap, tries to find a receiver, and it's a little bit of a kind of a drag play, but again, you're going to put short of the line of scrimmage. It's going to be 4th down and 2. That was Jamori Pullum on the reception.
I would punt right here.
So we're waiting to see what he's going to do, what Coach Pullum's going to do.
But you know what, Whitman? A lot of coaches listen to the analytics, and it tells them go for it. But see, you're an OU fan, so you know all about that.
I can mute you. They're going to go for it, 4th and 2. Brandon Jitjang's going to hand off to Evan. He's going to find a hole to the outside and more into Hawkins territory. Gets down to the 43-yard line. I believe they're going to mark him there. Yes. And a first down for the Wildcats.
Hawkins did not have their defense really set, and their defense just broke down against Big Sandy's running game.
And we got a chat from D. Krebs, 44 Jitjang brothers, all the way from Michigan. Thank you for chatting with us. Thank you for watching. We want all of the ones that are watching, go ahead and chat with us and let us know where you're watching from, who you're rooting for. We love to hear it. Through the step drop, actually more than that, a little screen play. That's going to be to Evan as well. Evan's just going to run and plow through as many as he can, and he's going to get another first down for the Wildcats. Pickup of about 10.5. Well, one says move, one says doesn't. I'm waiting to see. They're arguing with themselves. There they go. That's going to do it. Now it's a first down. They couldn't figure out what they wanted to do with each other on that one. And Williams is going to come out. He's pulled up a little lame on his foot there. Brandon Jitjang in the backfield. He's going to stroll, a little speed option, and that's just not going to go anywhere. As Marcus Clay is going to say not going to happen, as he's penetrates the backfield pretty heavily there and on the left-hand side. Loss of around 6 on the play. That'll bring up 2nd down. Brandon coming back out. I wonder how tired Brandon is from running back and forth in the sidelines all day.
He might be a little.
Look, I'm old and fat, so I get tired just watching him going. Here we go, 2nd down. Single receiver to the right. In motion. That's going to be Pullum. And that's a handoff to Pullum. He's going to get a hole in the left-hand side.
Wow.
He's down the sidelines. He's to the 20. He
got the touchdown.
5. Touchdown. Wildcats. A fantastic play. And that puts them into the end zone. Great play. Well drawn out and well executed by Jamori Pullum to get in there to the end zone. So Valdez getting ready for the point after attempt. And the kick is up. And the kick is good. So Big Sandy down by 2 with 5:59 left in the first half. We'll be right back. Hope you're enjoying your Halloween night. We are here. We have a good one here in Big Sandy. We'll be right back.
Your vehicle is one of the biggest investments you'll make, and at Fairway Ford, we're committed to keeping you on the road. Our service technicians are experts in all aspects of every vehicle we put our customers in. And with our mobile service, you can stay safely where you are. Our team comes to you to fix whatever issue you're having. Learn more and book your next appointment at fairwayfordhenderson.net.
Welcome back here. We got a good one here, everybody, here at Big Sandy. 22-20 is your score. 5:59 left in the first half. Don't forget to stick around for the halftime show as the bands are going to bring you a good one. I can tell we got the band members, some of them have their costumes on, so I have a feeling the halftime show is going to be very interesting. I dressed as a school employee today. That's what I went as.
Well, I was going to be Pete Mitchell off of Top Gun, but
You mean Maverick?
Yeah, Maverick.
Yeah, nobody knows who Pete Mitchell is unless you're old like me. Here we go. It's kickoff time. Valdez getting set up with the team. And there's the kick. It's caught.
Anthony Howard on the return. He's going to be wrapped up. And ball's almost going to come out, but
And I believe that's going to be
get him.
some talking on the field, little verbiage, little extra, what I call extracurricular.
The Wildcats.
And the Hawks are going to have it at the, where's that going to be? 37-yard line, looks like, where they're going to keep it. And here we go. Eli Smith and company heading out. Excuse me. Better hurry up. They only got 3 seconds. And that's going to be a penalty flag, and I can't really tell for what.
That should have been the delay of game.
Timeout, actually, was
Oh,
gonna be
wow.
called.
They
I
got
think the
that off
coach-
quick.
Yeah, the coach was probably standing right there. And I was wondering if that was going to happen, mainly because that play clock was just moving down. And once again, I don't think that that Smith saw it.
I don't think that he saw it either. I mean, as a quarterback, you have to be able to look at that.
He's not, and it's right there. There's one in each end zone. So it's I don't think he's paying attention. And probably not. He's got a lot on his mind.
It's not like the NFL. The NFL, they got to look up at the side and, up at top and just say, hey, let's go, snap the ball.
We got some scores to give you real quick. Longview is losing to North Forney right now, 21-7.
I think I predicted that.
Tyler Legacy is losing to Forney right now, 17-0. Hawesville is beating Marshall 10-7 right now.
That would be a massive upset. If Hawesville can win, That's offsides.
Yeah, that's going to be offsides. And,
He got it.
well, it's not going to matter. They blew the whistle.
Oh, man. Wow.
Yeah, they blew that whistle. Yeah. Well, it was unabated to the quarterback. So,
Oh, okay. Okay.
so they're going to move them forward a little bit. And Mount Pleasant is more scores. Mount Pleasant is leading Nacogdoches in the second quarter, 7-0. Let's see.
At the 42-yard line, so it'll be first and
What else do we have here? I thought Christian fell. I could hear his stuff moving over there. We got first down now. Smith moving to the left-hand side. Throws, has an open receiver. It's caught. Trevin Tanner with a fantastic catch. And he's going to go out of bounds at about the 34-yard line. That's in Wildcat territory. And Hawkins making the move again.
that pass was completed to Tanner.
Palestine is beating Maybank right now, 10-0.
The 34-yard line.
And Athens is beating Center 8-0 right now. Smith rolls to the right-hand side, throw back across the field, and that was
oh, wow, he dropped it.
he dropped it.
The quarterback, I mean, he handed it to him.
But I'm going to say, and, you know, not to be a conspiracy theorist, but you can't climb up on another player to get to the ball.
No, you can't.
And Easton Richardson is not a tree, but he sure did try to climb up on him to catch that ball to get to it.
I'm surprised they didn't call offensive pass interference.
I'm just saying. I'm not saying, but I'm just saying.
Richardson on the defense.
Like you said, there's been some weird officiating this year. So, I mean, that's, you know.
So it'll be second down. 10 yards to go. Smith in the backfield. Man in motion is Riggin Smith. And handoff to Couch. Excuse me, Springer Crouch. They just got some cool names on this team. A lot of Smiths. So gain of about, gain of about 4 on the play. Gonna bring up third down. Brownsboro is beating Bullard right now, 3-0. That's the score that I have. I doubt that is the score still.
And
I'll try to get more updates for you.
Bullard has a shot to get in the playoffs still.
Third down and 6. Smith to the left-hand side. Tries to throw flag on the play. And
he
knocked down.
Wow.
Great defense. He turned around that time and took a good swipe at the ball. That's going to be Evan Jitjang, but there is a flag on the play over on the 30-yard line. And waiting for the call.
It's going to be ineligible and downfield.
And so they have a ineligible receiver downfield for Hawkins, so backs him up. And not what I expected, but never really is.
Coach Wilson will decline the penalty, be fourth down.
So, yeah, they're going to – Big Sandy's going to decline the penalty. And it brings up fourth down.
And they're going to go for it.
Yep, trips to the left.
You're in no man's land at this point.
Smith, 3-step drop, throws to the left-hand side.
He got
Wide
it.
open receiver, touchdown. And that's Riggin Smith.
Riggin Smith will walk down the sideline, basically.
Yeah. I mean, he was wide open.
Going to be completed to Smith. He's going to take it in for a score.
So we have, while they're getting ready, we have a score update. Wascom is leading Elysian Fields 20-7 right now. Two-point conversion for Hawkins. Smith rolling to the right-hand side. He's hit, and he's going to be taken down.
Yep. Oh, wow. They're going to throw a flag. That might be face mask.
Yeah, that's going to be a face mask. I don't see how he hugged him.
I mean, unless he grabbed him
Unless
by the
it was
back
another
of
player. There was other players around.
What I was about to say was unless he grabbed him by the back of the shoulder pads, because that would be horse collar at that point.
But it looks like they're going to have another opportunity.
I think he said it was a face mask. Ball.
So face mask, and that'll give him another try there for the extra point. 2-point conversion. And Smith just does
he
a little
just threw it
toss,
behind him.
and a good job by Big Sandy to
That was
just
a
jump
very
on
dangerous play.
Extra point.
it. And with 4:42 left in the first half, your score: Hawkins 28, Big Sandy 20. We'll be right back.
Struggling with mobility, chronic pain, work, or sports injury? At Azalea Orthopedics, our team of highly trained physicians specialize in complete orthopedic care, pain management, sports medicine, physical medicine, and rehabilitation. If you've sustained a bone or joint injury, have mobility or movement problems, struggle with pain, contact Azalea Orthopedics. We're conveniently located across East Texas, serving 18 counties. When visiting your doctor, urgent care, or hospital, you have a choice. Demand Azalea. At Azalea Orthopedics, your health is our priority.
We would like to thank Christine Vasquez, CPA, PLLC, the official accountant of NETSN.
Have you sustained a bone, joint, work, or sports injury? Problems with mobility or movement? Suffer with pain? Contact Azalea Orthopedics. Our specialists serve patients across East Texas. For proven, trusted medical care, you have a choice. Demand Azalea.
Hawkins coming out for the kickoff.
Got another score update. Henderson, they're up 28-7 on Chapel Hill, first quarter.
And kick is going to go out of bounds.
Oh, man.
My wife is sending me pictures of my son's trick-or-treat basket. I told her I wanted my dad tax.
Kick's going to go out of
So
bounds.
Yeah.
I'm getting my dad tax when we get home. Because, you know, that's just the way it works. So here we go. It's going to be first down. A lot of time left in the half for the Wildcats to get back on it and get things going.
I think the one thing that they have to keep doing, you know, just run the ball. You know, basic fundamental football. But I would love to see them get under center again. And they're under center now.
Yeah. And it's going to be a handoff to Evan Jitjang to the left-hand side. He has the corner, a good block, a fantastic block. And that looked like Jonathan Lawrence was on it.
There's a flag.
And they're going to call holding.
Oh, wow.
And I don't know, golly, he pulled that out from somewhere. I don't know where he got that.
I don't think there was a holding either.
It was a pancake block. That was a beautiful block. Was that Skylar Hamburg was on the block?
Well, the referee threw some cheese on the hamburger.
Good night.
Or I'm sorry,
Well, that's
going to
back him up. That'll take away.
You know, it's interesting. You could make a whole sandwich with, you know, 2 pancakes.
Yeah. So they're going to try it again. Pass to the outside. And so an incomplete pass. So that'll bring up second down. There's the snap. Evan
Run the
right
ball
hand
again.
side. He gets good corner, but doesn't get to go very far.
Pick up about 5 on the play, I believe.
It's a good carry, but unfortunately when you're miles away from the line to gain, third down. Jijang back. Little screen action and behind.
He almost threw an interception.
Yeah, threw a little bit behind.
Number 8 had a shot at it.
Brings up fourth down.
And now they have to punt.
Team, yeah, the punt team's going to come out. Not much you can do when you're back that far.
Yeah, and honestly, you have no choice.
Once again, don't forget to stick around for the halftime show for the band's performances.
I mean, it's 4th and
and Valdez is just going to kick it high and out of bounds, and I'm not quite sure what that was.
just kicked it to the 46-yard line.
Yeah. So good field position for the Hawks, as they'll have it around the 45 in Wildcat territory. Uh, 44, actually, is where they're going to mark it. And Smith back, throws to the outside. That's going to be Givens. Givens trying to find a way to get some yardage, and he breaks a few tackles and does gain about 3. He runs about 20, but only gains about 3.
Pass completed to Givens. They'll run about 15 yards to get to 3. It's going to be second down and about 7.
They're going to wind the clock.
So second down. Smith. Oh, no, that's going to be a direct snap, actually, to Springer Crouch. He's going to try to get to the outside.
Crouch on the carry.
And he gets a first down.
And there's getting a little chippy.
Yeah, that's going to be, that's
And
been all
throw a
game.
flag.
And that's really been all game.
And that's something that you don't want.
A little extracurricular over here. Flags in play.
And so we're going to wait and see how it's called. It's been really on all sides tonight. I was wondering when they were going to start calling this stuff.
Pretty much. I mean,
So here it is. It's going to be called on Hawkins. And, oh, no, it's just going to be called on Hawkins, looks like.
oh, wow.
Unsportsmanlike against Hawkins. Gonna move the ball back.
So, yeah, they called it on Hawkins. And the coach, Crowley, trying to figure out why. So they're going to call a timeout. We're going to take a break. We'll be right back. And we'll let you know if anything pops off while we're gone. We'll be right back.
Your vehicle is one of the biggest investments you'll make, and at Fairway Ford, we're committed to keeping you on the road. Our service technicians are experts in all aspects of every vehicle we put our customers in. And with our mobile service, you can stay safely where you are. Our team comes to you to fix whatever issue you're having. Learn more and book your next appointment at fairwayfordhenderson.net.
So it'll be a first down, but after the penalty mark off, they're going to be at the 46-yard line. Man in motion. Smith throws to the outside. It's going to be Givens. And Givens is going to dive.
Did he get the first down?
And
he got it.
Looks like if he didn't, he's going to be just shy, but we're going to wait and see.
I think they might measure it.
That'd be no, they're
first
not gonna
down.
measure it. They're not going to measure unless it just has to be.
You know, a couple of years ago, they were using play sheets.
Four-step drop.
He
There's a
got
good
somebody.
throw. And it's
Touchdown.
touchdown, but there is a flag, and I think they're
He
gonna,
might have pushed off.
Well, he did have his hand back on number 13. I believe that was Jackson Brown, and it might be coming back. It may be offensive pass interference, but I'm not quite sure. Yes, I believe it's what it's going to be called.
They're walking it back.
Do what now?
They're going to walk that back.
Yeah.
Pass interference.
So he had his hand back on him and kind of pushing off. So, yeah, offensive pass interference. So that negates that play.
So they're going to replay first down. Penalty yardage.
And we have a chat. It says defensive pass interference in high school should not be called due to not looking back like pros. It also taught to read the eyes and sweep the hands upon contact. Crazy, though. I'll discuss that here in a minute. It's going to be another drop back pass. Smith trying to get out. Finds a receiver. That's going to be Givens again. And he, excuse me, gains a few yards. But when you're, first down in Tyler, it's a long way to go. I would kind of agree with you. It just depends on what you're doing. And
right.
When you're making contact, yeah, I'm a fan too. Sometimes I'm a fan of the Jit Jang boys, but yeah, and I don't even go. We're not for either team, but I do enjoy watching those boys play. 2-minute warning, but I will say it just depends on what's going on. If the defender is, he's got his hands up, if he's contacting, that's when you get it, and that was what was happening there. But if you're like 5 yards apart, if you're not looking back, yeah. But if you're right up on the player, yeah, you're gonna get the call.
Right.
So, but I do tend
every
to
time.
agree with you. Yeah, every time, and
especially when you don't turn your head around.
Yeah. And that's what he's saying right there. It shouldn't be like that, like the NFL. But I think it should if you're making contact. If you're there, if you're on them. Yeah, you need to at least turn to make a play on it, because otherwise you're just gonna be hung out to dry every time. Here we go, second down and Winona to go. 3-step drop, throw to the outside, and
he caught
over
it.
the
Oh
head.
my goodness, what a catch!
That is Regan Smith.
Wow. That was just perfect textbook.
Yeah, that was
He dropped
pretty.
it in the bucket.
It was thrown in a good spot. It threw a little bit behind him, but a good job by Regan to maneuver himself in the position to make the catch. And I believe it's going to be a timeout on Big Sandy. I think they have if either one left or this is their final timeout. I'm not quite sure.
Well, you got 1 minute and 52 left, so I wonder if they're trying to make sure that their defense is ready for anything. I mean, I think Hawkins at this point, I think they probably would go RPO maybe. But they've been doing that a lot all night. They've been running RPO. They've, run screens.
Well, we'll see what they do. Checking some scores here. Henderson over Chapel Hill. We've been talking about that. 28-14 is the score on that one. And Brownsboro leading Bullard right now 10-0 in the second quarter. That's coming up on half. Joaquin over Shelbyville 6-10. Texas High beating Jacksonville in the Tomato Bowl 35-0. And Carthage all over us 42-0. Smith has wide open field there, slowly closes on him and gains some good yardage. And now second down. Is that second down? Yeah. So around 6 to go. Brookhill leading Dallas Bishop Dune 35-0. And Forney 24-8 over Legacy. Smith to the right-hand side, trying to find a receiver, and he does. Wide open is Trevin Tanner, and he just kind of floats into the middle of the field for a touchdown. And that was just a blown coverage.
All right.
And I don't think anybody watched him. He just kind of just trickled his way into the middle of the field and just was there for that catch. Here's the 2-point conversion. And they got big old number 77, Julian Griffin, back out there in the backfield.
They might push him in.
Yeah, tush-push formation again.
Touch, 2-point conversion.
2-point conversion is in there. So 36-20 is your score. Minute 15 left in the first half. We'll be right back. You're watching NETSN. Wildcats heading back onto the field, getting ready to take the kickoff. Aiden Hodge. And that's one name I haven't said a lot. We hadn't seen him a lot in the running back position tonight. But he is back deep for a return. One thing I'm hoping we can try to get for next year's instant replay ability. It's a little bit harder to do sometimes.
Oh, yeah.
So we tried to do it last year. It didn't work out. Here's the kick. It's a little pooch kick, and it's going to be a fair catch. Excuse me. That's Valdez on the fair catch. But we're going to I'm hoping we're going to try to get it for next year. I don't know if we'll be able to, but we try to upgrade at least something every year, but that it's kind of hard to do sometimes. Minute 15 left. The Wildcats, no timeouts left in the first half. Jang in the backfield, both of them. It's going to be handoff to Evan. He cuts the corner, cuts it up, finds a hole, does a great job, first down. And they're going to have to get up and get back to that line of scrimmage if they want to continue going.
And ladies and gentlemen, that's going to be enough for a Wildcat first down.
And they make it to the 47-yard line. And under a minute left. Brandon Jijang wastes the snap. Going to toss it out to Evan. Evan cuts the corner and runs right smack into Julian Griffin on the tackle. Another 4, maybe 5 yards on the play. Going to put him at the 49 line. Should have said 51-yard line. That would have been more accurate. And I think they're just going to – oh, somebody called a timeout. I guess that had to have been Hawkins. I could be wrong. But, yeah, we got a timeout. But I'll tell you, Big Sandy is going to need to make some changes at halftime. But they're playing actually pretty well.
Oh, yeah, especially in the run game.
You know, I've been extremely impressed. And this is the team that really I've seen all year. They just usually, unfortunately, they get into precarious situations. They shoot themselves in the foot. Penalties have bombarded them, you know, turnovers, things like that. But they've been able to capitalize and actually finish things out. And they're showing the caliber, I believe, of team that they can be next year, you know, when they put things together. So I'm excited to see what they're going to be in next season. Hawkins is looking fairly good. They're going to keep things going and make their way into the playoffs for this year, that 4-seed spot in the district.
It's on the line.
Second down. And a throw, just the timing was off. Jackson Brown, the intended receiver. And that's going to stop the clock at 40 seconds. So it'll be third down and around, I believe, 6 to go. So Brandon Jijang is going to be out there to see what he can do.
See what they do here.
And a throw to the outside. Has a receiver open. That's going to be Skylar Hamburg. And a first down for the Wildcats, but the clock is running. They need to get back up and get back into.
Hamburg's limping a little bit.
Yeah, he got hit right in that. I think he got dead-legged because he got hit right in that thigh. So 17 seconds. They got to make a play here. Trips receivers to the right-hand side. And they're going to go to the left. He got Brown and a good catch and goes out of bounds at the 3-yard line. That's Jackson Brown. A heck of a play and a heck of a catch. And that's going to be 6 seconds left. You have no timeouts, really. And you really only have one opportunity here.
Unless you
throw a quick pass into the end. You really need to go into the end zone quickly.
No motion.
And you're going to hand on to Evan. Evan out to the outside into the end zone. Touchdown.
What a great
There is
play.
a flag on the play, isn't there? I thought I saw. Yes, it's going to be holding on Hawkins. On the Wildcats. And the coaching staff is really ticked off. And he threw that from about 5 miles away. Literally. He threw that about 30 yards. He could have, I think he was on the Hawkins sidelines when he threw that flag. So that's going to be holding, and now they're going to back him up. He's got to check with, never mind. So, going to see what he's going to do here. 1 second left. And so this is a big play for the Wildcats. Low snap. Good job by Brandon to get it. Throw to the outside.
That's it.
And incomplete pass. And that's going to be the end of the first half. Your score here in Big Sandy, The Hawkins 36. The Big Sandy Wildcats 20. And another flag just came out for some reason, unsportsmanlike conduct on Big Sandy. And I'm not sure if it was on the coach or on a player. But that will probably be done at the onset of second half. So either way, we'll be right back. Well, actually, no, we're not going to go anywhere. We're just going to stick right here. And you're going to enjoy the halftime show. And I'll be back at the end of the halftime. Enjoy.
This is where legends rise and moments are made.
They're still on his feet. Come on, still on his feet.
From the buzzer beaters to the game winners, we bring you the action. Raw, real, relentless. We cover every angle, every story. From the streets to the stadiums,
He's going all the way.
your favorite athletes, your teams,
Ford breaks the tackle. Oh my gosh.
your passion, all in one place. New games, live shows.
Here he goes. He's got some blockers.
This is the future of sports media.
There he goes. Picked up into the secondary.
This isn't just a network. This is a movement.
Ooh, oh, he ran over the defender.
Welcome to NETSN Game On.
Ladies and gentlemen, Hawkins ISD proudly presents the Roarin' Soarin' Blue Hawk Band and Color Guard. Coached by Brianna Blaylock, the Color Guard will perform their dance twirl routine to the hit song, Vehicle. Now taking the field is the Roarin' Sorin' Blue Hawk Band. Under the field direction of Junior Drum Major Rose Guerin, the band will perform their traditional military-style drill to The Rifle Rangers by Carl King. Henry Fillmore's The Klaxon featuring Emily Larson and Tyler Jones. Military Escort by Harold Bennett and the Battle Hymn of the Republic. The band is directed by Jeff Wilson and assisted by Joshua Trump. Show your appreciation for the band members of the week, Camo, Jasper, and Towns Peoples. The principal of Hawkins High School is Kendall Kirk, and the superintendent is Jeff Hutchins. We thank the Hawkins administration, faculty, band boosters, and community for their continued support of the Hawkins Band program. Let's hear it one more time for the Roarin' Soarin' Blue Hawk Band.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Tonight for your halftime entertainment, please welcome the Big Sandy Wildcat Band. The Wildcat Band is led on the field by sophomore drum major Natalia Fierros. The band will be performing a precision military drill to Big Sandy Fanfare, Mini Great March, and Miss Liberty. To continue this evening's senior night, the band has chosen a band bow and a band sweetheart. The 2025 Wildcat Band Bow is Caleb Meeks. And the sweetheart is Natalie Zimmerman. Congratulations and a thank you to all of our seniors for all your time and hard work. The Big Sandy Wildcat Band is under the direction of Jeremy Hendricks. The section of the week is the director section. The band would like to thank the Big Sandy ISD administration, the Wildcat Band Booster Club, and our band parents for their continued help and support. Let's hear it for your Big Sandy Wildcat Band. pleased to announce this year's Big Sandy FFA Bow and Sweetheart. This year's FFA Bow and Sweetheart is Landon Harmon and Jordan Brown. Jordan and Landon are both 5-year FFA members who have participated in the East Texas Jamboree, competed on LDE and CDE teams, and currently serve on the FFA officers team. Jordan has been accepted into Texas A&M, Sam Houston State University, Tarleton, SFA, Oklahoma State, and Texas State University. Jordan plans to attend Texas A&M and major in agribusiness and further her studies.
Welcome back to Big Sandy for the second half. Glad that you're with us and enjoyed the halftime show. Your score here, 36-20, as Hawkins has the lead. right before half, if you remember, a flag was thrown against against Big Sandy. And that's why they have moved it up a little bit. So a little pooch kick over. And it looks like Hawkins is going to get it. And that's going to be Hawkins' ball
Onside kick attempt.
for the onside kick. First down and 10 now for Hawkins. That was Eli Snyder who got the return, the onside kick.
Snyder was able to get the onside kick. Ball's going to be spotted at the 34-yard line.
Smith in the backfield. He's going to throw down the field. Has a receiver. Incomplete pass.
Pass intended. Like number 8, that's going to be Gibbons.
Christian's back, so my horrible one-handedness on the filming. It's hard to do one-handed when you're trying to broadcast and produce and all that stuff at the same time. But here we go. We're back and at it again. It's going to be second down and 10 from the 33-yard line. Smith in the backfield. Twins receivers to the right. Going to have Eli Snyder wide to the left-hand side. And a flag on the play. It's going to be delay a game. Once again,
Man.
Yeah, Christian and I were talking about it earlier.
They're not watching the clock.
And Coach Crowley's probably a little upset about that. Cowley, excuse me, not Crowley. Pardon me. So that's going to back him up. Second down. Smith going to go to speed option mode here and going to toss it off. And he gets around the corner. That's going to be number 6, Springer Crouch. And what looked to be a stopped play ends up being a lot of yardage and a first down.
We're going to spot him about the 16-yard line, so it's going to be a first down for Hawkins.
So first down and 10. And they're going to have it at the, I believe, 16-yard line. Trips to the left. Smith, 3-step drop, throws to the right-hand side, has a receiver, and a little fight for it into the end zone. It's going to be out of bounds as the throw. And it looks like Trevin Tanner was the intended receiver, I believe. He was looking for a flag. Did not get one. To bring up second down. Here in a little bit, we'll bring you scores from around the area. Dylan Gallagher is in the game. Puts the big man in the middle at nose guard. Second down, 10. Smith, speed option to the left-hand side. He's going to keep it, and he's hit. That's going to be Carson Hinkle in on the stop after about 4-yard gain.
Smith's going to keep it. He's going to be brought down by Hinkle.
Maybe 5, no, 4. It's going to be third down and 6 for the Hawks. Smith and company are head out. Eli Snyder on the left-hand side. High snap. That's going to be handed off to Tanner.
Crouch.
Springer Crouch gets into the end zone. Touchdown. Hawks.
Another Hawkins score.
And it is quickly getting away from the Wildcats. As Crouch goes around that corner. And now, for the first time in the ball game, they go for a extra point. The kick is up, and we can see why that one was shanked off to the side. I'm not sure why, or not sure if it was blocked. I think it was, actually. I didn't get a chance to watch. Usually I try to watch before the game, Christian, to see how kicking games are, because kicking games are so hard in high school. You know, it's hard to find a kicker that
well, soccer
consistent.
players make the best kickers, and I think that's why most of the time they're out there.
And it's really hard. I mean, I trust me, I couldn't do it. And when you find somebody, it's hard to keep them and get them in there. So 42-20 is your score. 10:40 in the third quarter. Sorry, this change in the weather has got me a little stuff in my chest area. The Hawks heading out. Trying to look up some games for you. Give you some scores. Here comes number 9, Regan Smith. Ready to kick off. They've usually done pooch kicks, but this was going to be a good long kick. And that's going to be to number 2, I believe. No, number 12, Easton Richardson.
Ball down to about the 35-yard line. And the Wildcats will take over at the 35.
And so the Wildcats offense is going to head out. And try to get things started here in theirs. Forney is now a halftime score, 31-8 over Tyler Legacy. Brandon Jijang hands off to Evan. And a loss on the play. That'll bring up 2nd down and 8 on for the Wildcats. Longview leading North Forney 42-21 in the second quarter. Weren't you saying something about that earlier? And a good toss to the outside to Evan. Evan cuts back up, and he's hit. And he tries to make something out of nothing there. Does a good job. Only gains about 4 on the play. It'll be 3rd down and around 9.
For the Wildcats.
And Big Sandy has got to get something. They have to get a first down right here. The game is getting away from them a little bit.
Yeah, this is a big down. And really, I don't know if you're you're kind of in 4-down territory. It's not mandatory yet, but you're kind of in that area. But we'll see what happens here on 3rd down and 9. And Brandon throws to the outside, has a receiver, and it's caught. That's going to be Jamori Pullum. He's going to gain quite a bit of yardage, about 6 yards, but unfortunately, it's going to be shy. This is a 4-down.
Yeah, you have to.
Yeah.
You got to go for it on this one.
When you're going to be now 4th down and around 3. But a good play by Brandon Jijang to get that wide receiver. Threw it a little in front of him. And Pullum had to come back to it. Under center now. Handoff to Evan. Evan has a wide open lane, and he's going to try to tightrope the sidelines, and he goes out of bounds. They're going to mark him at the 44-yard line, but a great play and a first down for the Wildcats, and that's going to extend their offensive series here in the second half. And a beautiful play.
And that's what I was saying, before halftime, running the ball, getting under center, something that we really don't see anymore in Texas high school football.
And a
that might be
shift.
Oh, man.
Fumbled snap. Brandon gets on it, but he's also gotten tackled. And he's
And
going
the
to pick it
ball's
up,
out.
the fumble. And they're going to call him down. But no, they're going to say it's a fumble recovery. And that's going to be Hawkins' ball, marked at the 44-yard line of Big Sandy. And just unfortunate, and like I talked about earlier, just these unfortunate events that just continue to stack upon stack for Big Sandy. And have a halftime score real quick. Marshall is leading Hallsville 20-17 at halftime. There's the snap. Smith finds a receiver, right-hand side. And that's going to be over the back shoulder. And they are picking on Jackson Brown, the freshman, all night long. That's Eli Snyder was the intended receiver. They've been picking on him. No, I'm sorry, that was number 1. Was that Gavin Smith, I believe? But they have been picking on Jackson Brown all night long.
They missed a penalty over here on the 39-yard line.
Texas High is beating Jacksonville 49-0 at half. Figured you might want to know
man. Oof, wow. I got a future brother-in-law that's playing for that team right now.
Second down and over the head.
Oh, wow.
And a great job by Trevin Tanner, who's
Oh,
going to
wow.
pick
He's
it up
gonna
and try to throw. And he's taken
Nowhere to
down.
go.
A great defensive play. And that's going to be, I believe, number 50. Who's that, 55? That's Brennan Ferentz. That's a senior. And Brendan Ferentz just stays on him. And a great job. And now it's going to be third down and a long way to go. So a great defensive play to attack by the Wildcats. And that's going to give them back. That's going to be –
That's offsides.
It's going to be offsides by the Wildcats if that's what they're going to call.
Well, the officials, they just motioned false start on the far end. I know our cameras can't see it, but –
Well, the White Hat has the final say.
I wonder, did he jump in the neutral zone? And it looks like he did.
Yeah, and I believe he did. Tie ball game in Henderson, or in Chapel Hill, as it's 28-28, Henderson and Chapel Hill. Third down. Smith. And another flag. This is going to be a false start. It's going to back them up right where they were, and we're going to try this again. Lindale beating Pine Tree 17-3. That's a halftime score. Maybank losing to Palestine 17-6.
Wow, and you know, with Pine Tree, I mean, they just claimed a playoff spot.
Yeah.
So that's a tough one.
Athens, who's playing extremely well this season, is beating Center 23-6. Athens is one to watch, in my opinion, in the playoffs.
And you know it's funny, they could have beat Carthage you know, last week, and that was a pretty close game. I know they scored at the end.
And Smith hands off up the middle, kind of fakes the throw.
It'll be fourth down, so now you got a punt.
And a good job by Bentley Hodge to stick in it and make the tackle. So it's going to be fourth down and around 20 some odd to go. I think 25. Math is hard. I'm not going to count that out. Brownsboro is leading Bullard right now 10-7 at half. Rusk is trailing Carthage 56-0 at half. And the punt team for, they're going to go for it.
Oh, wow.
And a fake
They're
punt.
gonna fake it.
And he's
Nowhere.
down. And that was an unfortunate. I mean, there was nobody near Marcus Clay.
Yep, high school and college rules.
So once that knee hits,
that's down.
I mean, it's a turnover on downs. Not quite the length of a punt, but the Wildcats get it back either way. And here comes the offense of the Wildcats. Spring Hill is trailing at Gilmer 42-21. That's a third quarter score. Man in motion. Snap. Handoff as Jit Jang trying to find something on the corner. And Evan just can't find it, but he does gain about 3 yards on the play.
And now there's a new quarterback in for Big Sandy.
Yeah, that's
which you have to wonder because he's number 2's pretty athletic. I mean,
well, he was there at the beginning of the year. Jonathan Taylor was the original. If that's Taylor, is that number 2?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, Jonathan Taylor was the original quarterback at the beginning of the year. Throws to the outside, and it's caught. That's Easton Richardson.
Oh,
and he is thrown out of bounds.
I don't know about that one.
And Richardson's helped out of bounds by Eli Snyder. And it's going to get to the 45-yard line, so it'll be third down and around 2. And that was a clean play. It was. He was in bounds, and then he was out of bounds. Gladewater is beating Atlanta right now, 34-10. So now third down and 2 on the play. Here's the snap. Handoff to Jit Jang around the corner. He's got in a wide open hole, and he's trying to break a tackle.
Going.
He's still going, and that's going to be a good Riggin Smith trying to bring him down and just couldn't get the leverage as Evan Jit Jang just kept pumping those legs. And gets a good first down. And that's going to be at about the 11-yard line, so it's going to be 1st and 10. And here we go as Taylor in the backfield. He's going to toss over to Jit Jang. Jit Jang trying to get done, but he kind of got – yeah, I was going to wonder if they're going to call that. Yeah, it's going to be a personal foul with a face mask. Yep, I saw that. Jit Jang kind of yanked back like a fish. So that's going to put a automatic first down and put them in goal to go territory. So the Wildcats will have it. I think they're going to spot it at about the 6-yard line, 7-yard line. That'll make it first down and goal. Taylor in the backfield now with Jit Jang to his left. And now they're going to swap sides. Everybody just moved. Evan gets the ball to the left-hand side, tries to find a hole. He gets hit. And they're going to take him down at around the 3-yard line. That'll bring up second down. All right, Wildcats back up to the line of scrimmage. Second down and goal. Taylor. Oh, that's going to be
false start.
They didn't snap the ball in
Either
time. I don't know.
Cha-Chang or
I think
Taylor
just
moved.
didn't. Yeah. Well, no. What happened was that was Skylar Hamburg was on motion, and he actually moved up, thinking the ball was going to be snapped, and that just.
And the slot receiver, he's kind of getting on to him, saying like, "Hey, you got
to snap the ball,
right?" And then, as a quarterback, you only have one move basically.
Yep.
Clap and go.
I have a third quarter score real quick. Mineola is beating Eustis right now, 44-6.
Yeah.
Just FYI. And we have a timeout.
Well, I think Hawkins got fortunate right there because, someone called it out that there was a, on the right side, a quick slant. Touchdown.
So we're going to go through from some scores here real quick. Liberty Ilu is leading Jefferson in the fourth quarter 28-12. And Malakoff, Mount Vernon are tied 21-21 right now. That's a third quarter score. Let's see. Tatum and White Oak. That's a good game right there.
Oh,
Tatum
man.
27, White Oak 26.
That's an important game.
ARP is beating New Diana 22-9 at halftime.
Yeah, Brownsboro beating Bullard 17-7.
West Rusk is beating Buffalo 28-9. They lost their first district game last week to Troop, who's undefeated.
And then Van is beating North Lamar 51-7.
Elkhart is beating Winona 27-7 right now. And there's a pass in the end zone behind him.
Oh, wow.
Incomplete pass. So Taylor had a wide open receiver on a slant and just couldn't get to him, kind of threw it behind him.
I think he was expecting him to run something different.
So, ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for your 2025-2026 varsity cheerleaders.
Man, women, what a season for Athens. Athens, they are playing some really, really good football.
So here come the Wildcats. Between third down and goal, big offensive set here. That's going to be Jitjang trying to get to the outside. He's pulled from the back, and he is just stopped. And they're going to get him at the 9-yard line. And he's just unable to get that outside corner. He was kind of dragged down from behind. It was a good defensive play by Eli Snyder, who came in behind. Hey, I have a fourth quarter score. Union Grove, Beckville are tied at 14 in the fourth quarter. And that's a big game for this. That's a big one for this district. So we'll keep an eye on that one.
And as far as seeding, that is really, really huge.
Freshman Maddie Dunnan. Freshman Brooklyn Hamburg.
So we're going to go back to it's fourth down and goal. They're going to go for it. Of course, why wouldn't you?
Timeout again.
So they're going to call a timeout, and I think it's because the play clock was just too far down. And another score, fourth quarter score. Wascom is leading Elysian Fields 26-18. And that's another one for this district that we're looking at.
Yeah, Mount Pleasant beating Nacogdoches 27-20 at halftime, and Jacksonville, still down to Texas High 49-0.
So for some reason on my score, it went Beckville and Union Grove back to 0-0. I'm not sure why, but going to keep an eye on that one.
You also have to look at 5A Division I Region 2 District 7,
Yeah.
Tyler High, that's, they're not playing, but, with the playoff implications with that one, like they have to beat Red Oak next week.
Harleton is beating Ore City 52-10 in the third quarter. Here we have a fourth down. And the guy wide open receiver and just too short. And Taylor had him. He just couldn't get it to him. Just shy. It's going to be a turnover on downs.
And I don't know if he would have got very far. I mean, it looks like Hawkins was going to eat that up on defense.
Yeah, I think he could have made a run for it, though. He could have had that outside corner. He's pretty fast. But it would have been interesting to look and see how that was going to happen. So with a turnover on downs, it's going to be Hawkins is going to have it. And going to be at the 9-yard line. 1st and 10, 3:20 left in the third quarter.
You know, I got a message from my dad, and he was telling me, he said he thinks that, you know, Longview could go to the state championship and possibly win it. You know, they have a really good team, but more on that.
Long way to go. And it's going to be out to the outside. I believe that was going to be Springer Crouch on the handoff. And he's going to gain maybe 3. Yep, that's going to be 3. It'll be 2nd down and 7.
But as I was saying, I mean, you know, they have North Forney. I mean, they have a elite quarterback at their disposal. I mean, I said the game was going to be 35-28 Longview, but I mean, it's, you know, they've scored more points than that.
Right.
Right at halftime, he fumbled
and
the ball.
And a fumble on the snap, and he's going to go down. That's Smith going to go down at I think they're going to put him at the 3-yard line. At the 2. They're going to spot him at the 2. So a good defensive possibility for a stand here is Big Sandy. And now it's time to capitalize on what they have.
And you have to wonder, is the fatigue setting in for Hawkins? I mean, it's getting colder outside. So
we will see. Smith in the backfield. Couple of steps, drop, throw down the middle. Has an open receiver. That's going to be Riggin Smith.
Oh, wow.
And
he's
still going to the outside.
First down.
And out of bounds at the 29-yard line.
Wow, that is a terrible break right there. And Big Sandy had them. Their backs were to the wall.
So that'll bring up 1st down and 10. And Hawkins back to the line of scrimmage. Trips to the left. Smith in the backfield. Trevin Tanner gets the handoff. Tries to break the left side. He's cut back inside where the backside pursuit is. And gains a couple. It's going to be 2nd down and 8 for Hawkins. Good job by the Wildcats to bring him in. Trips again to the left-hand side. Smith gets set. Fakes the handoff, kinda. And has a receiver. There they are again, fighting. That's going to be, again, picking on Jackson Brown. Brown doing a fantastic job just trying to keep up. And an incomplete pass. 3rd down now and 8. And the Hawks coming back out of the huddle. And the handoff up the middle. That's going to be
number 8 again.
Brady Givens.
Oh, man.
Down the sidelines, gets knocked out of bounds at about midfield.
What a game he's had. You can't have a better game than what he's played tonight.
Some extracurricular activities back at around the 20-yard line and finally gets taken away. It goes out of bounds, they said, at the 47-yard line. No huddle offense. Smith, 3-step drop, tries to throw underneath. Has Givens again. Givens going to cut upfield, and he's tripped up. And he's tripped up by number 3. That's going to be Jamori Pullum. And Pullum does a great job of kind of saving that because Braden Givens has been doing a great job of being able to break tackles and go down the sidelines. So now we got 2nd down and about 1 on the play. Spread offense. And handoff. That's going to be Trevor Tanner up the middle, and he gets the first down and a little bit more to the 41-yard line, first down.
So now you have to wonder, is Hawkins just going to establish the run game and just keep running the football? At least I would.
Well, they're going to run down, and now we're going to be in the 4th quarter, and that's what you got to do. You're 42-20, and yeah, that's where you're at. But we're going to take a break real quick. While they take a break, we'll be right back. You're watching Friday Night Football on NETSN. Don't go anywhere.
Struggling with mobility, chronic pain, work, or sports injury? At Azalea Orthopedics, our team of highly trained physicians specialize in complete orthopedic care, pain management, sports medicine, physical medicine, and rehabilitation. If you've sustained a bone or joint injury, have mobility or movement problems, struggle with pain, contact Azalea Orthopedics. We're conveniently located across East Texas, serving 18 counties. When visiting your doctor, urgent care, or hospital, you have a choice. Demand Azalea. At Azalea Orthopedics, your health is our priority.
And we are back. We got a couple more scores here. And let's see here. Gilmer over Spring Hill right now, 42-21. We've said that. Van leading North Lamar, 37-7. Pleasant Grove leading Pittsburgh, 44-7. Sulphur Springs beating Lake Dallas, 21-7. And let's see here. We're going to get back to that in a minute as we head back down to the field. First down and 10, or second down, excuse me. Smith breaks to the left-hand side, tries to find a receiver, just tucks it and goes, gets out of bounds. And they're going to spot him at the 34-yard line. So it'll be 3rd down and 3. Good job by Smith to not try to force it anywhere. I guess that's going to be 2nd down and 3. He had 2nd down earlier on that. That's my fault. So 2nd and 3. Smith in the backfield. Tanner in motion. Smith throws. That's I think that's going to be Braden Givens. Givens breaks about 2 or 3 tackles and still breaking, trying to get through. Got those legs pumping. Gets a first down and about 3 or 4 more yards to the 27-yard line. So 1st down and 10. Ball on the 27-yard line.
And the stands are shaking again.
Yeah, and the bands are going, but that's okay.
Yep.
It's what we do here on NETSN. 1st down and 10. Smith throws to the outside.
Givens again.
That's Givens. And he doesn't break that tackle. And that's going to be Brown. Jackson Brown excited about making that stop.
I've been, keeping track on Givens. He's broken 19 tackles today. I mean.
He's broken a lot. Here we go. 2nd down. 3 to go. Throw to the outside. That's going to be Givens again. Breaks 1. Cuts to the inside. Cuts back out towards the sideline. Gets a first down. They keep him in bounds.
21 missed tackles.
And the clock's still running. 42-20 the score here. They're going to mark the ball at about the 12, maybe 13-yard line. That's what it looks like. About the 12, actually, it looks like. Throw. Givens again, and he's going to get down maybe to a right just shy of the line to gain at the 4-yard line. So it'll be 2nd down and 1. Pardon me.
They're in Wildcat formation.
They are in Wildcat formation. Gibbons in the backfield. He's just going to take it straight up the middle and just walks basically right into the end zone. Touchdown. And waiting to see if they're going to go for two or if they're going to go for two, looks like. And Smith going to be under center this time. I haven't seen him that way all game. A couple of times maybe, I guess. And that's going to be just a pitch and catch to Eli Snyder. And just like that, 50-20 is your score. Check on some other scores here around the area.
Man, how about Chapel Hill coming all the way back? 35-28 now.
All right, they were trailing 28-7 at one point.
Yeah.
Pardon me. And Big Sandy's going to get the ball again. 9:47 left. And love to see them come out and just get some things going.
There's just been times in this game where Big Sandy, just kind of been shooting themselves in the foot a little bit.
Well, again, and we've talked about this, they're a young team.
All right.
And it's just one of those things. Here's a big game to watch real quick. Carlisle-Mildred are tied at 14 in the fourth quarter. That's a big thing for that district over there.
Seeding and playoff implications on that one. So both,
And Wascom again leading 26-18 for Legion Fields. And that is a fourth quarter score. And Valdez is going to take it.
He runs all the way back.
So 9:40 left in the ball game. As the Wildcats going to come out. See what they can get going.
Women, have you been watching the World Series lately? It's been an interesting one.
I actually have not, no. I have not. Here we go. That's going to be a handoff to...
And they're going to stop him.
That's actually going to be Hodge, and hadn't seen him in that position all game. It's good to see him running. Brings up second down. And they're waiting on the call. Taylor with the coach to get the call in. Sound like we're in troop. Got the train sound going. Taylor in the backfield. Hodge to his left. He's going to hand off. And I believe that's number 12, Richardson. Richardson trying to get the corner, breaks a couple, and he's not going to go very far when you have a man like Julian Griffin, who is a large human being. So that's going to bring up third down and around 7. Taylor in the backfield again. Hodge to his right this time. You have trips to the right side. And there's a pass. He's got Brown. Jackson Brown was the intended receiver.
I know the sideline for Big Sandy, they wanted a flag.
Yeah, Colt Smith was there. He had his hand. They were kind of holding hands on the way down. But no flag was thrown. So it looks like the punt unit is going to head out. Skylar Hamburg back deep to punt. And Braden Givens, along with, I believe, Eli Snyder, are back deep to return for the Hawks. And I believe Snyder is going to grab it and try to run. He's going past midfield, down the left sidelines. He's going to take a step back and gain a couple of more yards after breaking a tackle, get to the 39-yard line. And that's where the Hawks will take over, first down and 10.
6:15 left to go.
And it looks like I was about to say, it looks like the chains are going the wrong direction. Now they're fixing it. They kind of confused me a little bit. But they're doing a good job out there. First down and 10. Ball on the 48-yard line. And a flag was thrown, so I didn't see that until just now. So are they gonna, they're gonna
redo it.
Redo it, I guess. Okay, well. I didn't see anything. I didn't see what the flag was on. The referee didn't. Did you see the referee do anything?
I don't think, you know what, they might have got him on the leg.
Yeah, but did you see the referee make a call?
I didn't see the ref do anything. Which
did I miss? Okay. I was looking at the field the whole time, and I didn't see. I mean, it was on. It looks like it was on Hawkins. On Big Sandy, because they're backing it up.
So is Big Sandy going to go for it? That's the question.
Well, I mean,
in this scenario, the only way that they would have to retry it is if someone hit the punter.
Oh, it is on Hawkins.
Yeah.
And it's going to be, so now it's going to be 4th down and 1. So in my opinion, I say you go for it. And they are going to go for it, first down. And they got this big stack formation here.
They're going to run it probably.
Yep, they're going to give it to Evan. He's going to get to the outside and
get the first down.
We're going to see. I don't know if he made it. I don't think he did. They're going to put him at the 36-yard line. And the line to gain is the 37, so no. He missed it by a yard. And so, it's going to be a turnover on downs.
Oh, man.
And so, unfortunately, it's going to be a turnover. So, Hawkins will come out on offense. 3 minutes left in the ball game. Smith in the backfield. And a flag is thrown. And it's on. Nope, I'm sorry, no flag. Timeout by Big Sandy. Time to check some scores real quick. I'm going to go through again and see what we got here. And try to find what we have. Usually I can get something good on the Texas football. Excuse me.
I had a score update with Palestine over maybe 24-6 right now.
Good deal. That's weird. I mean, usually Palestine's been suffering this season. They hadn't played very well. We got 2:42 left in this ball game. And Smith is out. He's going to take a drop and throw to the outside. There is going to be Givens again. He's going to catch the inside. He's going to bounce to the outside again, and he's in the end zone. Touchdown, Hawkins. So they're going to line up and see if they're going to go for two. Yep, they're going to go for two. So Smith back in the backfield. And they're going to hand it off to Gavin Smith. And Smith is not going to make it. So the 2-point conversion is no good. Unfortunately, unable to do it. Have a final score for the Texarkana or for the Texas High game, 56-0 over Jacksonville. Mount Pleasant is leading Nacogdoches 34-14 right now.
And then Marshall's up on Hallsville. They end up scoring coming out of halftime.
Yeah, I saw that one earlier. Pardon me.
And Forney's up on Tyler Legacy 31-8, and then Longview and North Forney come back from halftime.
And Lindale is up 17-10 over Pine Tree right now. And the clock is still running here, under a minute left.
I think Pine Tree's trying to get that second spot. Which is, I mean, that's a, in that district, that's a safe spot.
Yeah.
I mean,
I don't know whether they're going to let them just go ahead and kick off or just let the clock run down. We're waiting to see.
Oh, that's different, letting the clock run down.
Yeah.
Yep.
And they're just going to kick it away.
That'll do it.
And that's Jit Jang. He's going to run it to the left-hand side, try to get to the outside.
Oh, man,
hit.
what a hit.
And the coach is trying to bring everybody away as Hawkins takes the win. And that's going to be it.
Once again, all seniors please meet in the south end zone. All seniors meet in the south end zone.
So that's going to be it for us here in Big Sandy. As your final score here, 56-20. I want to thank you for watching. We will see you next time. Hey, have a safe night. Have a safe Halloween. Have a safe weekend. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.
This is where legends rise and moments are made.
They're still on his feet. Come on, still on his feet.
From the buzzer beaters to the game winners, we bring you the action. Raw, real, relentless. We cover every angle, every story. From the streets to the stadiums.
We're going all the way.
Your favorite athletes. Your teams.
Ford breaks the tackle. Oh my gosh.
Your passion. All in one place. New games, live shows.
Here he goes. He's got some blockers.
This is the future of sports media.
There he goes. Quicker into the secondary.
This isn't just a network. This is a movement.
Ooh, oh, he ran over the filter.
Welcome to NETSN Game On.